What's going on, sports card hobby family? We have made it to the end of the week. It is another day. It is another sports card video. Today is Conspiracy Theory Friday. Just kidding. It's actually more of a Debbie Downer Friday. Debbie Downer video today, guys. We're gonna beat the dead horse of prospecting until it's doubly dead. If you happen to be new here or you've been lingering around but you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, guys, I'm trying to get to 20,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We need 750 approximately of your best friends or your worst nightmare.
Silence, you furry fool! I've had it with your whining and bumbling.
Hate watchers, whatever. I'll take all of it. If you could subscribe with all 9 of your burner accounts, I would very much appreciate it. Also, connect with me on IG at SportsCardDad. All right, the Wander Franco debacle has sent everybody into a tailspin, and of course, it's the old "I told you so" folks that are running out here, especially the vintage people. My God, the vintage people cannot be more happy when this sort of thing happens. I swear, it's just like out of nowhere, we got guys that are, everybody's catching stray bullets for prospecting on any sort of new player. And look, there is a fun element to this, doing it within your means. But I was just kind of looking at recent draft classes, recent big prospects, and I've got a theory on this, and I want to hear actually your thoughts, so make sure to put them in the comments. But if we look back, I'm going to start with football. Okay, so if we go to 2018, that's going back 5 years. So 5 years, we got Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Josh Rosen, Josh Allen, and Lamar Jackson, main quarterbacks coming out of 2018. Baker Mayfield's getting his last shot in Tampa, probably. Sam Darnold's probably getting his last shot in San Francisco. Josh Rosen, I don't know where he is. He's out of the league. Josh Allen got plenty of upside. He is an elite quarterback in the league, but can he get over the hump? And you could say the same about Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, mega talented, but he's that rushing quarterback. Josh Allen is as well, but Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, can they get over the hump? These are two guys that have been very expensive hobby-wise as far as their prices go. Ever since they kind of elevated themselves over the last few years, they've shown that they belong, but man, they are not cheap. 2019, Kyler Murray? What's going on with Kyler Murray? Daniel Jones, is he the answer for the New York Giants? Some say yes, some say maybe, some say no. And then Dwayne Haskins, who was selected at 15th, unfortunately, he has passed away. 2020, this is a very promising class. Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Jalen Hurts, and Tua. Of course, with Tua, we're worried about concussions. He does play on a good team with good wide receivers. So will he be able to break out? I saw in the offseason he was doing different drills to fall differently to hopefully avoid any more concussions, because he's really, to me, he's that kind of like end of career situation if he continues to get more concussions this year. I just don't see how you can take multiple concussions a year and still play. I don't think it's a great idea moving forward. But I'm not a doctor. He can do what he wants, obviously. Jalen Hurts was in the Super Bowl. Can he keep that going? Or was he just on a really elite team? We'll find that out. And then Herbert, trying to get over the hump. He's in the same division as Mahomes, which is troubling. That's tough. And then we've got, of course, Joe Burrow, he's Joe Cool. He looks like he is going to be that guy that's going to be in the playoffs every year. And it's just going to be a matter of if they can get over the hump there in Cincinnati. 2021, Trevor Lawrence looks very promising after this past year. Got a new coach in Peterson. His rookie year with Urban Meyer was a disaster. The second year actually looked pretty good. Can he keep that going, or will defenses figure him out? Zach Wilson, he's now holding Aaron Rodgers' jockstrap in New York. Trey Lance looked terrible last week. Justin Fields, a lot of people high on Justin Fields in Chicago. His prices have gone way up. A lot of spec money in Justin Fields. Is he going to do the Jalen Hurts thing this year and break out? Mac Jones in New England. I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but the biggest problem I think Mac Jones has right now is his division is actually really good now. The AFC East, especially while Tom Brady was there, wasn't very good. You know, now you've got a Jets team with Aaron Rodgers. You've got the Bills, who are going to be tough. And you've got the Dolphins, who are also going to be tough. And then, of course, you're the Patriots there, who you're a Bill Belichick coach team. It's maybe the best coach of all time. that's a tough division now, whereas it used to not be. So tough to say what's going to happen with these guys. And then 2022, we really just have, I guess, Kenny Pickett for the Steelers is kind of that main guy that people have chased. There's some believers in Pickett, some not so much. We will find out. For basketball, it's been just a comedy of errors really going back to 2018. Zion, Ja Morant, Trae Young, LaMelo Ball, Anthony Edwards, and then you've got Luka there who, Luka, all-world player, playing absolutely amazingly well. The problem is he just sits on a team. It's almost like, being on the Timberwolves where a guy like Anthony Edwards, Ant-Man, what's he ever going to do in Minnesota? He's never going to get over the hump there. It just doesn't ever happen. You have like great players that are there, and then they end up moving on and they either do well or they don't. But you've got a lot of just meh out there over the last years. And look, a lot of these guys are very, very talented. I think it speaks to the absolute high level of talent in the NBA and the NFL. We throw in baseball, Wander Franco, of course, going through his stuff. Jason Dominguez, I remember being a huge prospect where people were chasing his stuff. I don't know exactly what's going on with Dominguez, but I did get a comment in a video a couple days ago that a year from now, you're going to be talking about Jason Dominguez, meaning with the whole like Wander Franco thing, how Dominguez is going to be somewhat of a bust. Fernando Tatis Jr., obviously the PED issue was a problem. And then Juan Soto was a big prospect. A lot of money flowed into Juan Soto. And lately, not so much. Prices way down. A lot of excitement over the last 5 years. A lot of talent on paper as well. But when you really look at the last 5 years, a lot of guys maybe started off hot, have kind of fizzled. 1 year good, 2 years bad. And so it makes me wonder, like with speculation, with prospecting, unless you're trying to do some sort of, I know there's guys here that are day trading like it's pork futures, as I mentioned in the other video, where it's like you're buying on Friday afternoon, you're selling on Sunday at the trade show or trade night, whatever. Unless you're doing that, if you're trying to do a prospecting thing where you're holding over a period of time, does it make sense to wait 5 years? Just say like, you know what, really like this player, I like what I'm seeing, but I'm going to wait 5 years and see what happens. Carson Wentz is a perfect example of a guy I look back on. Came into the league hot. He was on an MVP track season with the Eagles, and then he goes down. He misses the rest of the season. Another quarterback comes in, wins the Super Bowl. Both of those QBs are irrelevant now. Football, there's so much parity in football. The only guy since 2017 that has really kind of stood the test of time in his early career and done amazing stuff is Patrick Mahomes across all of these sports. I can't think of another guy that's come out red hot with hype and that has done kind of a LeBron James thing where, you come out hot and you prove yourself and you're doing your thing. But even with LeBron James, took him when did he win his first title? 8-9 years in. Michael Jordan, it took 7 years to get in. So what I'm wondering is the 5-year mark, is that the magic number? 5 to 6 years. The reason why I say that is they've proven themselves in the league, or they haven't, or you feel like they're kind of moving into a situation, they're on a good team now, or they're in a good situation to where they can actually pick it up. But 5 years in, you know what's going on with this particular player. And then the other part of that is 5 years in, the hobby's already moved on to the next shiny thing. So 5 years in, you're a loser. It makes me think of like Devin Booker with the Suns. 5, 6, 7 years in, you're a loser. And then you kind of, but that's like that middle period. It's like the middle period where you're either going to do it or you're not going to do it. It's like that first 5 years is kind of the bumpy, the volatile thing. You figure out what kind of a player they are. Are they going to be lasting in the league or not? And then maybe there's a window there, like 5 to 7 years. And then if they're going to win a title, 7, 8, 9 years. Look at Nikola Jokic. For Denver. When was he a rookie? Was it 2015, I believe? So he's 8 years into the league, approximately. What was Giannis? 2014 draft pick. So he was 7, 8 years into the league. So is there like a 5 to 7, like in that 5 to 7 year zone where, maybe that's the time like, okay, this is a person I feel like could get over the hump. And of course, there's so much nuance to this. It's checking prices, comparing across all these different players. Which ones, price-wise, do you think might be a little bit underpriced? And then also, so you've got this, and then you've also got the folks that are on the tail end of their career, where maybe they've got one last dance in them. They've got one last little push, to do something great towards the end. But they've already had a Hall of Fame style career. maybe they've already won one title or something, and you're kind of catching them on the at the back end where, again, they're just not really being thought of because it's like that grizzled veteran and everyone's chasing after the new guys coming into the league. I don't know. I just wonder about this because it's obvious here that, unless you're playing a very short-term game with these guys, you're trying to like get in, get out of cards. If you're holding for a year or 2 years, which for many, that's not a long hold. For some people, that's an eternity. Holding a card for 2 years is like 20 years for some people. But I think there's a lot of folks that probably got hammered on cards where they held for a year and a half, 2 years, as opposed to holding it for 3 months, 6 months, or whatever. So, but I want to know your thoughts on this. Everyone's been prospecting forever, going back to the late 80s. I remember it when I was young. So the prospecting thing is not a new thing. But what does smart prospecting look like? Throw your thoughts in the comments down below, my friends. Stay healthy, stay awesome, and I will talk to you again later.